Hi, everybody. I'm Kyle Bossman, of course. This is my fan mail to you for the month of October. Forgive me, I'm feeling a little under the weather. Maybe obvious by my voice, I'm not sure. Sounds weird to me. Yeah, feeling a little sick today and trying to recover quickly enough to do the Nintendo Direct tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., which means I gotta wake up at like 4:30. Um, what I normally do, if you haven't received one of these from me, is I like to give you some behind the scenes aspect, insight into what I'm doing with Easy Allies in that given month. Obviously, October was a huge Box Peak month. We got the shirt done. That was cool. Trailer cut and live, and then premieres of episodes 1 and 2. But I'm about to write a lengthy Patreon post about those things, and so it'd be redundant to just share my thoughts about those with you here. And so, yeah, I wanted to talk about the things that weren't part of Box Peak this month. October has 31 days. That's a long month, but for me, this has been like one of the shortest months. This month was a breath. It was an exhale, and then we're here on Halloween already. Happy Halloween, by the way. Um, uh, Basically, what happened was I knew like this is gonna be Box Speak month, right? But I was thinking like maybe you know what? Nah, I can't even say that. I realistically knew that I wasn't gonna get a lot of episode 6 stuff done this month. I knew that basically I'd be up to the minute launching anything that I had the opportunity to launch last minute. But like for instance, I was thinking about like I'm gonna stream spooky games all month long, just fun spooky games. And so like on a Friday night, I had Scooby Doo lined up, and it didn't work. I played Grabbed by the Ghoulies for like 15 minutes and hated it. Um, but like once I lost that Friday, and I looked at my calendar, it was like, oh, I guess it's just Scooby then, because I had to take a week off and a weekend off. That like I feel like absent sometimes. It feels so weird to be away from Easy Allies sometimes. That's why I try to do vacations around Tuesdays from like Wednesday to the next Monday, so I don't miss Tuesdays because it's the day, it's the one day a week. Here, let me turn off my TV. The volume's not on, but I'm watching like a Grinch commercial. It's distracting. Okay, there we go. My lighting was better though. Um, uh, but I wanted to. So the things that I was able to do in October, that 3 unique things, I want to talk about. First, we can't like talk about this one too much. We shot our new short run series. Our new basically we're trying to do these seasonally. Like when we did and for that reason we shot that. This was really fun. Like And for that reason, we shot it all in a day. Unlike And for that reason, it's more natural. It's not we're not playing characters, we're playing ourselves in this thing. And uh, to be extremely frank with you, like we looked at the numbers for And for that reason and how they dip each episode. And so there's sort of a realistic expectation to put on how much time you should devote to the exclusive series. And also, yeah, how much budget and not just in shooting it, but in production of it and post production of it. And so I would say it's not as produced as And for that reason, but I think it might be something that people like just as much. I like And for that reason a lot, just to be clear. But I don't want to waste anybody's time, and I think that this might even be more popular with the audience. And it's fun. It's a fun show. It was a fun shoot, and it wasn't even the full day. It was so cool that we were just able to. We're at a production standpoint where we're like good. There are fewer things that go wrong, fewer things that take us a while to figure out, and so it's fun when things are just clicking sometimes production wise for Easy Allies, because I'm sure you've seen it the other way around many times. So that was really cool. I look forward to you seeing those. I look forward to the feedback. If people hate it, I look forward to reading that. I'm cool with seeing what everybody's perspective on that series is. Shooting Ian's Western. So Ian, for Easy Update last weekend, made a Western horror musical that has been in development for a long time, months. Ian's been talking about this thing for months and months. Um, uh, uh, no, I shouldn't say. Yeah, whatever. I'll say it. It's just between you and me right now. There were locations that fell through. It wasn't always going to be just a black box in our studio. You know what I mean? It was gonna be a little more grand at a time. But you know, this is how crazy. I have not even seen this yet. You know what I mean? It's like that thing is a half hour long, and it's like I haven't watched it yet, but I'm still super proud of Ian for shooting this. Oh, and sorry, the day that I got to be there was really cool. Much like And for That Reason and our other series, Ian packed everything, most of the shooting, into one day. I think in the case of that thing, it could have been 2 days. From what I understand, it was a daunting one day. My role in the whole thing is small, right? Just a few lines, just a short scene. You could even call it a cameo, and I would not be offended. But it was fun. It was fun to, uh, uh, like find my baggiest suit. I have a big oversized suit I wore on like one or two episodes of Final Boss when I was really embarrassed by myself, but I keep that suit around, and so it's fun to use that suit whenever I can. And it was a fun collaboration, right? That shoot clearly was not all Easy Allies. It was a bunch of Ian's friends, and yeah, it was cool. It was cool for it to be a more advanced production, but also a personal production, right? That was what Ian wanted to make, and it's what I want a lot of Easy Allies to be. Is like, if you want to make this thing, just do it. This is our opportunity. Um, yeah, it's fun. It's crazy. Like, I do feel bad. When I finished the Box Peak scripts and sent them out to everybody, I thought everybody would be giving me feedback, and everybody would be reading all those scripts. And then the same thing happened. Ian sent out that script, and it's 28 pages long. And it's like, okay, if anybody wants to read this, and there's no way. When was I going to read that? And I just totally get it now. You know what I mean? It's just we're all so busy on our own things that I think you have to personally ask someone. You'd have to be like, Kyle, would you please read the script? But yeah. That's such a cool project. I think that's such a big project. It's cool that most of the things that we work on are you work on it one night and then shoot it the next day. Most of the things are just weekly. Like the podcasts and streams, reviews. Super short term. Damiani does Game Sleuth. Retrospectives obviously take time, so it was cool to see another creative project like this. That took a month of production, but I feel like was in pre-production for a long time. Anyway, that was cool. Finally, I think my favorite thing that we shot this month. Yeah, I think it's my favorite. Well, no, I can't talk about the other thing. But my favorite thing that we shot this month that came out is just the spoiler mode Huber and I shot for Better Call Saul. Because, Huber asked me to do things like this a lot, and most of the time I say no. He knows how much I love Saul, and I was so down to do it. And he and I just had the best conversation. It was a really good one-on-one. Just such a fun discussion about a TV show that we both love. And it happened so quickly. It was just like I was on the hook, I think, because he said it live on stream. Just like, we're doing this thing, and like once that's out, we're doing that thing, right? You can't take that back from our audience. But I was so glad we did it. It means going to Jones's early. Almost every week at Jones is going to be a 12-hour day. I think you just got to embrace that, accept it. Plan for it, sleep ahead for it, take your vitamins. But yeah, it's hard to explain how much I like that, and it's hard to explain how it's going to be hard to duplicate. But yeah, I think we did a pretty good job with spoiler modes in October. I don't think in November we're going to do as good of a job, but basically it's just kind of fun thing where anytime one or more of us are passionate about something we just saw or played, we just sit down and talk about it. And so it's not this idea of like, yeah, now we can get into the spoilers. That's the surface idea of the concept. But it's more like, excuse me for my ums and uhs. It's more like just being able to talk freely and it's not a podcast where you have to do an intro. It's kind of fun that it's Patreon only. You have lower expectations for what you have to format it wise and things like that. And Huber and I came into that both pretty well prepared. We all both had a bunch of notes, which I think helped a lot. So that was a fun thing. That was a super, super fun thing. And yeah, that was obviously Box Peak is my favorite thing that I did this month, and obviously that means a lot to me, and it is charging me and making me happy, making me content. Let's say I don't know what'll make me happy, but it's been a really good month. I would say October for Easy Allies this month for me personally has just been so fun, trying new things. Trying new ideas, trying to convince other Easy Allies to try out new things. I think November is going to be really cool. December is going to be light. It always is. We got to take a lot of time off in December. But then, 2019's got a lot going for it. Cool. Thank you for watching this video. Please excuse my illness. I could have written you an email. It is simply easier for me to talk into a camera. Then it takes me forever to write, even an email. Because you look back at a sentence, there's 18 sentences I just spoke that I wish I could rewrite, but that's not how we do this. Thank you for your support. You have my email address now. Feel free to ever just, ask me a question or insult me. And yeah, hope to see you around next month. Thank you for everything you do, and happy Halloween.